Low back pain will affect 80% of the population at some stage. We don't think about our body position as we go about our daily life. That is, unless we start to feel some discomfort or pain. There are natural curves in the spine. When we move, these curves change. Correct posture is the position where minimum stress is applied to each joint. The low back is designed to have a curve called a lordosis. During the day, we do a lot of bending activities. So what happens when we bend? In between the bones of the back lies a softer material called a disc, supported by ligaments. The disc acts in a similar way to a sponge. As we bend forward, pressure is placed on the front of the disc, and as we bend backwards, the pressure is reversed. When you do a lot of bending, stooped standing, or sitting slouched over a period of time, changes occur inside the disc. The inside of the disc is made of a softer material called the nucleus. If pressure is applied to one side for a period of time, the nucleus acts like jam inside a donut, and the disc bulges. When this happens, it puts pressure on nerve-sensitive structures and causes pain, which may be felt in your back, buttock, leg, or foot. The more the disc bulges, the further down the leg the pain is felt. Bending activities are an essential part of our life. Being aware of the amount of bending we are doing is the first step we can take to control our low back pain. It's like a bank balance. If your lower back is bent forward, you are taking money out of the bank. If you bend backwards, it puts money back into the bank. Prolonged stooped positions and repetitive bending, such as making the bed, hanging out the washing, are potential risk activities. So, to minimize this risk, it is important to keep the bank balance in credit by bending backwards several times before you bend, during the activity and after. This is essential to prevent the onset of low back pain. Find ways to avoid bending your back, such as placing the washing up onto a stool. Bend your knees to pick up objects. Kneel down to make the bed. This will reduce the stress on your back. The muscles around the trunk act as a support for your back, particularly the deep abdominal muscles. On the left is a person standing relaxed and not using her abdominal muscles. On the right, she is actively using her abdominal muscles to support her lower back. When we move, awareness of the control of the abdominal and buttock muscles is essential to limit unnecessary spinal movement. These muscles are important to help stabilize the back. This can be seen particularly with one leg standing, as we do in walking. If there is no trunk control, the hips and spine tilt. Your physiotherapist can show you the correct way to use your abdominal muscles, along with your diaphragm and pelvic floor muscles, so they act like a corset to support your back. This is called core stability. Core stability is adapting posture and muscle activity to ensure that the spine is stabilized, providing a firm base of support during all movements of the limbs. When vacuuming, try and keep the curve in the lower back by standing upright. Tighten your abdominals and use your legs to lunge forward. If vacuuming under an object, kneel down. Try and vacuum for only short periods of time. And remember to replenish the bank balance before and afterwards by doing your back bends. When digging, the same principle applies. Before starting, remember to add credit to your bank balance by bending backwards. Don't forget to tighten your abdominals and dig for short periods only. Occasionally, it may be necessary to kneel to maintain good posture. Again, replenish the bank balance afterwards. It's the same with gardening. Keep the curve in your lower back by kneeling. When first coming in from the garden, try resting, lying on your front for several minutes. Avoid slumping into a chair. When lifting, stand close to the object. Bend your knees, tighten your abdominal muscles, and keep your back straight as you lift. Avoid bending and twisting the spine, as this is one of the most vulnerable positions to cause back pain. Replenish the bank balance after. There will be times when it will be difficult to bend your knees. In this situation, you can use strategies, such as straightening one leg out behind you to minimize the strain on your back. Often, we don't realize that our back is bent. When standing, awareness of good posture is important. Keep work close to you, stand tall, maintain the tightness, tone in your abdominal muscles, and bend backwards at regular intervals before back pain starts.